Worst three things. Our top two things, or top two things we disliked. And this time I'm going to start with Paul. What's something you didn't like about Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, the longest title in history?
Animal control can't control animals.
Well, yeah, what was that about? Oh my gosh.
What the heck? It's at this point, there were a couple hints, but when you have a dog holding the door against a human weighing 3 times its weight, you realize this is for kids, not for the whole family.
Yeah, there's a lot of moments like that, Paul.
There's a few.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Gerald next. What's something you didn't like? Was it the animal control? Was it something about the unbelievability or something else?
I would have loved more of the animals to have voices. Like maybe the mountain lion or or Birdzilla. I mean, I think they did a little bit of it in the shelter with the dogs talking to Sassy.
Yes, the dogs, yeah.
Could you imagine if the mountain lion was voiced by Arnold Schwarzenegger? Oh, that would have been amazing.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
That would have been hilarious.
That may have bumped up my brain. Not that it needs to be bumped up.
But I think that would have just been like a fun way to do it. Just add a little extra to it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking, they can't cross species talk, but then they have cats and dogs talking. So yeah, that sort of throws that out. Yeah. Okay, totally fine.
So I mean, it was just I had to look for things on this one. I was rewatching it. I was really enjoying it. So I had to
okay, nice.
I can give you some of mine that I'm
sure you guys could, but I was just watching it. I really got back into it. I'm like, I was having fun with it.
That's so great to hear. Drew, what's something you didn't like, though? What wasn't great for you to hear about this movie that you watched?
When I first saw this movie back in, I think, 93 or 94, I actually had this problem with the movie. That's how long I've not liked this particular moment. And it's the scene where Peter goes to the police station to report the dogs and cats missing.
Yes.
As much as I like to think of dogs and cats as family members, they're not human beings. You don't go to the police station. You go to the animal.
But he is a kid. What does he know?
He wouldn't know that.
What, 12, 13? He's practically able to drive. He should know better.
Look, I'm a middle-aged man, and I don't know that.
Admittedly, I wouldn't know who to go to report a missing dog or cat, but I would assume it would be someone in the animal shelter, not in the police station.
I think you should call your congressman and say, hey, my dog's missing. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
You want to be reelected.
Report it to the president.
There you go.
I don't think any of the last 15 presidents would have given a care.
No, probably
not. And neither did the police. Okay.
I thought that policeman was awfully nice to him.
Yes,
he did a switch there.
I agree.
I was like, whoa, that's too much of a switch.
I'm just saying, you don't go to the police to report a missing dog and cat. Not even in a little bitty town, much less, was it San Francisco?
San Francisco, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, they're more understanding there in San Francisco as far as pets are concerned. No, they're not.
I agree with you on that point. Drew, something that, now I don't know if you guys will agree with me about this, but I don't know if it's necessarily related, and maybe it's a misconception on my part. I just viewed the movie wrong, but that moment when...
Were you facing the wrong way?
Yeah, that's it. I was looking backwards at the wall. Where's this movie? I just hear it. It's an audio experience.
What do you mean?
Why can't I find it?
Listen to my words, guys. Okay, let me lay this out. That scene where Sassy's getting fish for them, and then the one for a chance goes up on the land and the bears are investigating. As far as I can tell, those were black bears looking at the fish, maybe cubs, I don't know. But then out of the forest comes a grizzly bear, which is supposed to be the mom or something. Why is a grizzly bear hanging out with black bear cubs? It did not make any sense.
They're adopted.
Admittedly,
this is not the bear. This is not the bear, and both of those were grizzlies. So no, don't give me that.
I'm going to admit right now, I have never seen grizzly bear cubs, so I can't tell you what color they are. So it didn't bug me.
Oh, you know what? Let me Google that right now. We have this fancy thing called Google. So let's see.
I don't Google during the movie.
or during a podcast.
I just didn't watch close enough.
I noticed they were different colors, but I just thought, well, maybe young bears' hair will brighten, young grizzly hair fur, just fades over time. Like I know some black cat's fur does.
I mean, for the most part, there's lots of images that it varies, but it is a golden tint like grizzly bears. That isn't black like the black bears.
Are you against interracial marriages and couples and families?
Gosh, Paul, are you seriously with that?
That's what it sounds like.
You know what,
you don't
Paul?
like mulatto bears?
So here,
why is it always got to be a color thing?
So these are the darkest up here. The rest are like pretty standard
that's what they
gold.
were in the movie.
No, they were not. They were black
They're
bears.
in between there.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm just gonna say it didn't mess with me.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
fine, guys, fine. Well, what was the things that messed with you the most, Drew? Your tragic maker.
The thing that messed with me the most is the simple fact that I can't decide if I like the ending or not.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah, go for it.
There's a part of me that wants to go, oh yeah, the dog somehow was able to get up out of the pit.
Well,
and
Chance motivated him.
Yeah, but then was able to catch up fast enough that he was able to be just a little bit behind Sassy.
Yes.
And then there's
because
also
he's slow.
And then there's also moments earlier, like when Sassy goes over the waterfall. Part of me wants to go, yeah, the cat's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. And yet, I can say in both instances, I had tears in my eyes when both came out alive.
Yeah.
So my tragic maker has more to do with myself in the movie. I can't tell if I'm mad, if I'm upset, that I have conflicted feelings between realism and sentimentality.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah.
Well, can I comment for a moment? This was deceptive for me. I honestly thought I remembered Chance like getting behind Shadow and pushing him up that muddy cliff or side or something.
Tried, didn't he?
No, they cut away after Chance goes down and talks to him. They cut away and they're at the family's place.
Maybe they decided to edit that out with the his butt in his nose kind of thing. I'm like, we don't need that in Family Friends.
Okay, yeah,
maybe.
I'm sure that's it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that scene is actually my tragic maker because
really?
I would have.
Okay, awesome.
Because, obviously I've seen the movie before, so I know the ending. I know Shadow makes it, and I'll admit I forgot the waterfall scene. I forgot Sassy going.
Yeah.
I forgot Sassy going over. So when. Obviously, I know Sassy's going to make it. I would have a hard time believing that Shadow's not, even when he drops into the cliff, into the pit.
Yeah.
So what I would have loved to, maybe they rest overnight because I wouldn't expect Chance and Sassy to leave. I would the scene goes dark, they stayed the night there. I would have loved to see, Chance actually get him out.
Yes.
But if you did, you wouldn't know if he's not making it at the end. That's the part that kind of pulls at your strings.
I understand why they did it, but after Sassy's made the waterfall and it's a Disney movie, I'm putting money that all three animals are making it back. Yeah. So I would have loved to have seen
wow.
I would have loved to have seen this big triumphant Chance stepping up and actually getting Shadow out of the pit.
Oh, the hero moment.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Paul, don't you know that Bambi's mom just got lost in the forest after that scene?
Oh.
That's why you don't see her again. She's alive.
Okay.
And I suppose
she heard the shot and ran off.
Right.
Okay. I suppose Old Yeller just got lost in the forest also.
Yes.
Yeah, to go find Bambi's mom.
Exactly.
Wow.
Also, I'd like to point out that after Shadow runs to Peter, while he's running, he's got the limp that he should have from, falling in there. It's miraculously gone the minute he touches Peter.
Yes, it's the healing factor.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Peter's an alien like E.T.
Apparently.
That's why he goes to the police station. He doesn't know Barry because he's an alien. He's like, oh, these guys look official. Let me ask them. All right. So my tragic maker is related in some regard to Daryl's, and it seems so unbelievable that these dogs and cats could go that distance and survive it. I could see one of them maybe, but all three of them, it just was way unbelievable. And I don't know.
They're better together.
What if I were to tell you that the story that this is based on, which is based on a book, which is actually based on a real story?
Right.
Okay. Based how much?
Admittedly, it was in Canada, not in the Sierra Nevada mountains. But apparently they did, these 2 dogs and a cat did somehow make it across this great wilderness and found their family.
And the Sierra Mountains go up that far, don't they?
Well, I mean the California Sierra Nevadas, not the Canadian Sierra Nevadas.
Okay.
I'm not even sure if it's called the Sierra Nevada up that high.
Here's the thing. I could see.
You're a skeptic and you don't believe it. Okay.
If animals
it is unlikely.
If animals go with their owners out, let's say to the mountains, and then the animals get lost and the owners have to go back home, I could see the animals following their scent trail back home. But to go from home to a completely foreign place and not know how they got there to then having to cross this complete wilderness back to their original home.
Yeah, other animals have done it.
I mean, Shadow
dropped them off in the middle of nowhere, and they found their way home. Miles.
I mean, Shadow is a retriever, so he kind of knows where home is.
Yeah. Some animals have that built in them.
Okay.
Ask God if you have a problem with that.
I will ask God. I will. Maybe in our spiritual speculation, we'll ask God about it. But okay, all right, fine. But it just seems unlikely. And I think it would have, I almost wonder if it would have been more powerful if Shadow hadn't survived the end. Or maybe.
Yeah.
Or he does, but Sassy dies. And then that raises the stakes. Oh, will Shadow make it at the end? And I don't know.
Right. That's kind of what I was getting at. It's like these moments are what I normally see in film and what I'm expecting to raise the stakes.
Exactly.
And while I hate on some degree to see them come back, my heart swells and I get teary-eyed seeing them come back because of the sentimentality based into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I feel conflicted.
No way Chance would have made it on his own without Shadow's direction.
I agree.
I don't know. Of the 3, Chance did live on the street before he got caught by the
That's
pound.
true.
Yeah, but he would.
He at least had
the way they
some
set the
street
movie up. The way they set the movie up, he wouldn't know which way to go. I'm just within
That's true.
the universe of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't feel that was home until he got there at the end.
Yeah.
Well, that leaves you, Exo. What's your tragic maker for Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey, the longest title in history?
Before we get there, I have a bonus one.
Ooh.
They never explained the note. Like, I'm going to go take the animals with me.
I would
on this.
Yeah, I was wondering what is the second part of that would make sense to link with that.
Yeah.
I didn't get it either.
So anyway, that was the bonus.
Okay.
All right. The thing that I found the most tragic about this, and I would have to maybe categorize it under slow and boring, because this movie dragged for me. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was my attitude or something, but I kept checking my watch throughout it. There were moments, I would maybe say it's the pacing, because there were moments like when the puma or wildcat is chasing him, or when the cat goes over the waterfall. There were moments that I was fully engaged.
Yeah.
But there were others that I was not, and it was hard to stay. And maybe that's just because a product of the times. I'm used to movies, going edited quicker and stuff.
How many of those moments were with the humans?
A lot.
Yeah. So, because my bonus one would have been the fact that all the human characters are completely pointless in the story.
That would be interesting to see that.
Yeah, I had kind of the opposite because the family didn't have much. My third one, if I had had one, is I would have loved to have seen a little more with the family.
Oh, okay.
Like Peter, like all 3 of the kids at the end of the movie are calling the guy Dad, and they've been a family for 2 weeks. It's like Dad put up posters that now all of a sudden he's cool. It's like
He showed that he cared, so now we like him.
But like I think what you're saying, Daryl, it's a bit too compacted. So more breath for that transition or transformation.
Yeah, like more. Yeah, like get a little more story with the family itself.
Exactly. So Paul, what you're saying though is you're like Shadow. There's something's wrong. It's been too long. This movie's going on too long. Something's wrong.
Something like that.